Those nice things that Dawson said to me, I think they're the first time I've ever heard him say anything nice to me. What I'm used to hearing from him is shaking his head, rolling his eyes, typical Irishman. You know, that's all I've heard for 30 years. He's from England, I'm from Ireland, we have a little bit of a history. But anyway, 2 years ago, we were going up to Asheville to play in a tournament, and he was driving, he said to me, you know what, I found out my dad is Irish. And I was like, yes! That was a sweet moment for me, such a sweet moment. He hasn't called me a typical Irishman since then. Where do I start? I'm so honored to be here today. Kyle, thank you for what you and your staff do for the Big South and for us this weekend. My fellow inductees, congratulations. Your accomplishments are phenomenal. I realize I'm only here today because of the support and the guidance that I've received from a lot of people through the years. And the two at the top of that list would be my parents. I'm one of 5 kids. We didn't have much back in the day, but they always made sure I had a pair of boots to play football. And when you're a kid in Dublin back then, that's all you needed. Then there's another guy who is in the Hall of Fame, David Doyle. He's instrumental in me being here today. I remember him coming and talking to my parents about an opportunity for me to come over here to finish my education and to play ball. You know, my dad was like, you gotta go. You cannot miss this opportunity. And my mom, of course, was heartbroken because her favorite child was gonna be leaving home. Like, she didn't say that, but she didn't have to. And then it was off to America. And it was my second family, my American family. My host brother is here today. 100% I would not be here if it wasn't for the Faulkner family. They took me in, they treated me as one of their own. Support and encouragement, so much love. There's no way I would be here. B, thank you so much for what you and your family did for me back then and have done for me through the years. I really, really appreciate it. Then it was my 2 coaches at Campbell, Coach Howard, Coach Hall. I learned so much from both of those gentlemen. Not just soccer, but life lessons. They were 2 great guys. I have so much respect for those guys. And then, of course, my teammates. They made me look halfway decent on the field. I'm going to name a few of them. Dawson, I joke about him. He's a great guy. I love that guy. My roommate, Aaron Martin. And then there was Steve Payne. He shared my last name. And every time he got mentioned in the paper, it would say, no relation to John Payne. So it was a running joke. Then there's Ricky Mobley, Kurt Berger, Jack Robbins, so many good guys. We had so many fun times. In August, we had 2-a-days in the heat and the humidity. It was stifling, but it was always fun to get back on campus and be with those guys at Campbell University. I don't remember it being, I'm sure it was tough, but I only have great memories of those practices. And also the bus rides from Florida to Pennsylvania and everywhere in between on the East Coast. They could have been a drag, but because of those teammates, I have only great memories, great relationships from those 4 years at Campbell. We played Penn State up in Pennsylvania when they were highly ranked, and they were a little bit obnoxious. One of their guys said to me right after the game started, he said, "How does it feel playing for a can of soup, Campbell's soup?" I was like, "Yeah, that's funny, not really, but." And then after I scored our 4th goal in the first half, which is a lot of goals in a half against a talented team, I walked back by him and said something to the effect of, "How does it feel getting hammered by a can of soup on your own pitch?" I'm paraphrasing, and it wasn't my best moment at Campbell. I totally understand that, but I think it was warranted. But the problem was that was still the first half, and I was so scared they were going to come back and beat us. I think we ended up winning 4-1, but they were really a talented team, and I was scared they were going to come back and hammer us. But and then of course we played Carolina and Duke at Campbell. They came visit us on a Wednesday and a Saturday, 2 games in a row, 2 great games. They were highly ranked, as they always are, whether they deserve it or not. That's just me saying it. And we beat both of them. We gained a national ranking, which was great. Great for Campbell, great for the Big South. And then, those games were great because it was a win for Campbell and it was a win for our conference, beating these other conferences. The toughest games were always the Big South road games. When we played at Radford, at Winthrop. UNC Asheville, man, UNC Asheville broke my heart. We'd started the season with 12 or 13 straight wins, and we went up there. They weren't that good. I hope there's no Asheville people here. We should have beat them. They beat us 1-0, and then we got knocked out at national rankings. But you know, that was the Big South for you. I mean, it was a great conference. It was a tough conference. There were no easy games, and you know, we were proud to represent the Big South. I'd like to thank my family for being here, my in-laws, Terry and Lolly. Appreciate you coming today. My kids, Kaylee, spread out here. I've got so many. Kaylee, Declan, Cassidy, Ada, Shay. Thank you guys. Wouldn't be the same if you guys weren't here today. Ava, thank you for coming. B, appreciate it. And of course, my beautiful wife. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you guys.